Okay, so we let that dry again in front of a fan. So basically I just want to get, because it dries really, really thin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Practically see-through.
Yep, practically see-through.
That's the whole idea.
Okay. And this is a little sticky because it's humid.
I'm sorry, how long do you say that's been drying?
This actually has been for a week. It dried a long time ago, but this does, unlike regular gelatin, absorbs the moisture a little bit in the air.
Okay.
So the glycerin does that. So it's still just a little bit sticky, but it's okay. I've got sticky stuff on my hands. It actually feels very dry. Gelatin, when it cools, it feels cold and rubbery. When it feels like plastic, it's dry. Okay? So you saw I got it started? Mm-hmm. And when it rips like this, you know it's dry. If it just stretches when you try to take it off and doesn't pop off, it's not dry yet. Okay?
Fascinating.
Okay, now I want you to see how flexible this is. This is actually, it's like fabric.
Yeah.
See? It's like fabric. It's not, you don't hear that crackle like you would with regular gelatin. This is like fabric.
That's because it has glycerin in it?
Because it has the glycerin in it, right. Whoops, I just ripped that.
Can you cut it with scissors?
Well, I'm just going to do that right now.
Oh, very cool.
So yes, you can.
Just like fabric.
Just like fabric. We can get regular gelatin with scissors too. But the reason why I make it, bigger is because I'm going to cut these raw edges off. So just kind of even it up a little bit here. Okay, so you get the idea. And now what you can do is you're going to make tucks and folds. So you're going to make a ruffle.
Cool.
Oops, I got a piece of wet gelatin there. You see, just like fabric. See?
It also covers up any mistakes
of course.
On the edge. So take the worst edge and pleat it.
Yep.
That's very cool. Now, is it just sticking to itself?
Yeah, but it won't stay. It won't permanently stay.
Yeah.
It won't, because it's just gelatin.
Yeah.
So basically what you can do is you can take a little bit of your, let me heat that up a little bit. It's just a little container of gelatin that I had off to the side. You did 5 seconds in the microwave. Okay. And then a brush that you don't like. Because,
brush that you don't like.
Yeah, you don't want to use your good brushes. So basically you just put a little gelatin on there, pleat, okay? And what'll happen is that'll eventually, it'll dry and stick, okay?
So now you're using the gelatinous glue.
Yeah. And it glues pretty fast.
Pretty versatile stuff there.
Yeah, it sure is. Okay. And I'm not even measuring my pleats because I don't care.
I noticed that. Using the eyeball theorem.
Using the eyeball.
Look at that.
Okay. So you can see you got a nice flexible pleat. Fabric. Anything fabric that you need to do, the gelatin, this recipe will work.
Very cool.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. So I did the same thing with my flexible gelatin. I made enough to go in, made a batch and used green.
And this is the one that is the same recipe but without glycerin.
It's the same recipe with glycerin.
Oh, this has glycerin
as well. So the same recipe I did for the gold.
Okay.
Okay, the gold with the glycerin, the flexible gelatin has glycerin in it. Okay. And I used light green instead of gold.
Okay.
Okay, and put it in the mat just like I did for the other one. You just put it in the mat and wipe it down, right?
Okay.
And then let it dry overnight and it just peels up on its own. Pretty much. You can see it just comes right out.
It's almost rubbery.
Yeah, well, it's flexible. It's like fabric.
Yeah.
But what's really neat is that you can do this. You can do this with all your lace mats instead of using the really expensive lace mix.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you can use this. Yeah. And you can make this opaque if you want, just by adding white.
Cool.
White food color.
Quick question.
Yeah.
How long will it stay flexible?
Months.
Months. Excellent.
Months. Yeah.
Excellent.
So here it is. Flexible lace, probably not real easy for you to see.
There you go.
Okay.
There's a nice green tint to it.
Yeah. Yeah, it has a little green tint to it.
Yeah.
So if you look at this, I made this in December and it's June. Okay,
Yeah.
and it's still flexible.
That would be almost 6 months.
Yeah, and the one that I did last May was flexible, I mean, until I took it apart in December, which was also, well, it's 7 months. You know, I took it apart. Oops. You can tell I wasn't real careful with this either. Kind of manhandle my stuff. But you get the idea.